My name's Rusty Sitton. I'm the Redneck boat guy. I build two-cylinder racing outboard boats. I build the props to go on them, and we also sail a 33-foot catamaran named See Y'all Later. Hope you enjoy the channel. I wanted to mention something. I got, I guess, 3 videos I'm working on. Kind of give you a little preview of what I'm doing. I got one on props, initial one on props, and I'm sure I'll break that into more than one section as well, because there's a lot of detail about, you know, not just basics of how prop works, but what I think works about water flow over the blade and what you really need to make things happen. But I wanted to mention about, I got at least one prop video coming up. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a long one. I'm going to come in and publish this one, throw it up just to get something going. The YouTube guys, everybody that says that they were successful, said just throw junk up first, you know. See, it don't matter if it's crude or if it's right or whatever. You don't wait to get perfect. Just put it up. So I thought I'd come out here and do this. I spent probably 14 hours yesterday on the next video, not this one, but the one that's coming after. And it's about Yamato motors and about the motors we run and a little bit where they came from and what we do with them. So a little bit of Team Texas 2.0. Anyway, enjoy this little short clip, and we'll come back with a better video. I edited the snot out of it, mostly just learning how to do the editing, I guess, but probably over-edited it. But it'll be fun. Looking forward to seeing the next one. I think I'm going to say something about Yamato, or I forget something, how to name it. But anyway, the next one's going to be a whiz banger. All right, first thing we're going to mess with here in the garage this morning is the little blue Pinewood Derby car. Putty's dried on it. We'll get it slicked up, and I think Lynn's got a little something for me to mess with behind this. Get all this stuff out of the way. All right, let's do some sanding work here. This little car's kind of coming along. Got quite a bit more to do on it, but that's all right. Fiddling around, I'll work on it off and on. Got the sanding going on here and the tires coming in, so it'll be in and out, I guess, of the video. Something to do. Alright, well, got it slicked up a little bit there. This one also has a little bit of a lead weight right here in the bottom. Got to make it to 5 ounces, so started out with that kind of in the center of the thing and then added what we needed. So I'll clean that up, and I don't know if I'll put another coat of Bondo or putty on it or not before I paint it. Paint it again. I'm going to have to do something, like I said, about those wheels hitting up here. Because if they mount right there to it, yeah, I guess they'd clear. I think I had cut into that before so that the wheels were inset a little bit. I don't want that. It can only be a certain width, and I want to make sure I'm as wide as I can get, because the way this thing runs, it's got there's a 3/8 tall track. Let's see if I can get something that represents that. This isn't exactly the right size, but basically what it does is there's a track that it's got to be 3/8 inch off the ground to clear the track that it runs on, and the track is about that wide, and it's a little bit thinner so that 3/8 will go over it. And what that does is it keeps the wheels, you know, it guides the thing down the track like that. So the further apart you can put the wheels, the less it's going to hit that rail and slow it down. So I want to make sure I'm as wide as I can possibly be. There's a couple of hacks that I've read about that talks about rail riding. What it does is it keeps the car against one rail or the other instead of going back and hitting back and forth like that. It kind of hangs on that one rail or just touches it a little bit, barely running. So I've ordered me a toolbox for these Pinewood Derbies. It's got a thing to little guide to set the wheels on the body straight. So that's one of the problems I had last time, or the first time I did it, was that I just nailed them in there and then try to bend it around, you know. But I've got something that's going to be a little bit more accurate. It's not flat on the top. Remember I talked about aerodynamics, and it's always it's a little positive and a little negative, and then a little positive and negative again, and then it ends up with a kick like that. I don't know, just makes it cool looking, I guess. But like I say, aerodynamics don't play a big part in what we're doing right here. Yeah, we get a little sanding done on it here, get it cleaned all up, get ready for a little paint. There's always little hacks or little things that you figure out over time that I think are good. Instead of trying to pour that acetone on that rag, most people know this, but put it on there and then just give it a couple of hits like that, and you'll have plenty on your rag without having to try to pour it on there. Try to make that part nice, and I don't know if you can tell it, but I got several different. Feels pretty good, but I'm gonna skim it one more time, make it slick. Yeah, I'm sure you'll appreciate me speeding these little sanding videos up. Ain't much to it. I got another derby coming up here in a week or so, and I want to get this one finished. Last time I finished it, but it was in the heat of the night and didn't turn out very good. Didn't have time to really finish it. I actually sprayed it blue with the axles on it, and I don't know if you can see it. Got paint on the axles, and of course that's when the tire's on there, you can see the blue on there. That definitely slows it down. You're supposed to have these polished and graphited, and well, I had paint all over this one, so I was in a hurry. Typical. But this time I'll take a little extra time, start early, and not try to go right up to the deadline. Let's see what we can do here. Put a little on there and kind of smoosh it down. Run it back there. It's not really filling in much. I ought to pull it from this side and see what happens. Just get it on there where it's got enough thickness where I can sand it down to slick. Doesn't matter if it's a little extra. I think it needs a little bit right there. This is good putty. It's premium wood filler. A lot of the wood fillers are real grainy, real thick, but this is nice thin stuff. I really like it. Cost probably $1 more or something like that, but it sure makes nice when you're doing finish work. Figure if I'm gonna take my time to do it, I get some material that's worth my time. Alright, so that's that. Let that dry again and proceed with it. Do a little bit more videoing on the boat this morning. I got to looking at the aerodynamic video that I made, and I left out some stuff. You know, I went over it real quick, and some people can call BS on me, and that's fine. You know, everybody's got their own opinion about how things work. But I didn't explain it all in depth like it could have been, so I'm gonna go back over and put a few more details on the aerodynamic and my thoughts on aerodynamics. Anyway, soapbox derby, not soapbox, the soapbox one you're right in. It's a Pinewood derby, Cub Scouts. So we'll let that dry and sand it out and go to the next step. Well, this is one of the things that happens in the Redneck garage. I went in to download my little aerodynamic number 2 videos, and Linda said, hey, I got some knives. This is her butcher block or knife block here. So I got some knives that won't fit in a hole here. She said, she thinks I can do anything. Can you make that hole wider? Well, you know, that block's pretty dadgum long. Trying to think how I could do that. I said, now I can do it. It's going to be redneck. I'm not sure what it's going to look like, but I think I can make it wider. So that's what we're going to try to do. What I did find out is, I don't know if you can look through there, but those holes go all the way through. So that's a good thing. I can get here in the back and work from the back as well as the front. So what I thought I'd do, and I probably ought to start on this back end, just so if I screw it up bad, it won't be too bad. So I know them bottom two, all right, the bottom two need to get wider. Yeah, I'm gonna pick out some blades here and put them in the Sawzall. See if I can cut through that oak block, and we'll see what we can do with it. Yeah, I don't have a blade long enough to get all the way through there, but we'll use what we got and see what we can do about cutting the rest of it. I believe I got one here. Let's go. Oh, yeah. That ain't gonna go very deep in there, but we're gonna make it wider one way or the other, ain't we? Well, I got all the holes cut. Got them widened a little bit. There was the last little bit on the inside there in the middle that I couldn't get out. Tried going in there with a hacksaw blade, and the hacksaw blade was for fine metal, and it was gonna take forever. So anyway, I got what I needed to do done. I got the main part of the holes wide enough. So mission accomplished mostly on that. I am going to put it aside. Next time I go back to the hardware store, I'll get me some coarse blades. Might get a saw that'll go through there, but I need something that's coarse enough to cut that middle out. You know, went from both ends, and still got a little bit left. All right, that's all we did in the Redneck garage today. So we'll check back with you after a while. That's gonna be all of this video, and I'm gonna go inside and edit on some more.